You're not here by accident. If this video found you, it's because something deep inside you is ready to listen, ready to wake up, ready to take the next step toward what your soul has been quietly asking for. Carl Jung once said, "What you resist persists, what you accept transforms." Maybe you're in a moment of transition, a moment when everything feels like it's about to break, but hasn't yet, where the pressure inside you builds, anxiety kicks in, and you feel caught between two worlds, the one you've always known and the one that's yet to come. This feeling you're going through, this mix of anxiety, fear, and hope, isn't a mistake. It's a signal. It's like life is gently nudging you toward your next chapter. I know it feels confusing, like everything's out of place. But that chaos, it's actually a new beginning in disguise. The old version of who you used to be is falling away. Not because you're failing, but because you're ready to become something greater, more honest, more aligned with who you really are. A lot of people call this stage chaos, but it's really just a mess before the cleanup. Like that moment when your house is filled with open boxes during a big move. That mess, it's just the preparation for something better. It's your soul sorting things out on the inside, getting ready to bloom. And sometimes we have to go through that inner darkness to notice the light that's already shining within us. Maybe you've already been through a lot. Hard moments. Days when nothing seemed to make sense. And still, you feel like you're stuck. Like you haven't moved. But it's exactly in those moments, when you feel like you can't take one more step, that something inside you begins to shift. It's like everything is about to overflow. The pressure builds. The exhaustion hits. But that's not the end. It's actually the start of something new. You know those moments when everything feels like it's falling apart? Often, that's when the soul finds a space to grow in a new way. You're not failing. You're maturing so you can receive what you've been asking for. You're learning to let go of who you no longer are. You're emptying out the old to make room for something new. Jung also said, "Who looks outside dreams. Who looks inside awakens." Your big breakthrough won't just be about something outside of you. It will be a reunion with your true self, a breaking of old patterns, a release from limiting beliefs. And that takes courage, not to fight the world, but to face yourself. And when that moment comes, a lot of people quit because the pain of transformation is real. When your unconscious rises up, it brings things to the surface that you've been avoiding for a long time. But that's exactly when your inner warrior shows up. When you keep going even in the face of the unknown. The shadow doesn't need to be feared. It needs to be seen. What's about to happen in your life isn't luck. It's the result of all the inner work you've done. The invisible work. The healing no one saw. The quiet strength. The limits you pushed. The bravery to sit with what scared you. Life often presents us with lessons in subtle ways, in the quiet whispers and gentle nudges of our intuition. Listen closely to those whispers because they carry your deepest truths. Each moment of hesitation or uncertainty is not a barrier. It's an invitation to go deeper into your inner world. You're discovering hidden layers of yourself that you never knew existed. Remember, the journey of self-discovery isn't linear. It's layered with complexities, twists, and turns that are meant to deepen your understanding of yourself and your purpose. Every experience you've had, every obstacle you've encountered, has shaped you in preparation for this moment. These experiences were never meant to defeat you. They were meant to refine you, to strengthen you, to awaken you. Trust the process. Trust that even when it feels slow, progress is still happening beneath the surface. Growth doesn't always look like forward motion. Sometimes it looks like staying still long enough to truly understand yourself. Embrace patience, for it is a companion of profound transformation. Yes, fear will come. It always does when you're on the edge of change. But fear isn't the enemy. Fear is the doorway, the threshold, the initiation. Jung didn't see fear as weakness. He saw it as a sign that your soul is alive and ready to grow. What you fear most is what you most need to face. You don't need to get rid of fear. You just need to learn how to walk with it. Because just on the other side of fear is your new life. And now, the real work begins. Because when a new version of you is born, so is a new responsibility. Keeping that awakened self alive takes daily intention. It's not about reaching the top. It's about staying true to your soul in the middle of real life. And that's not a burden. It's a gift. Start small. Wake up each day and take a moment to be grateful. It doesn't matter if you're where you want to be or not. Gratitude is the soil where peace grows. Then choose one action that brings you closer to your truth. Something simple, something real. Maybe it's taking care of your body, writing something that lifts your spirit, saying no to what no longer fits. Over time, this becomes a practice, and practice becomes presence. You begin to feel like you're building something. You're not just watching your life happen, you're shaping it. But there will be hard days, days when your old self tries to come back, when doubt hits hard. In those moments, remember this: the path is not straight. Growth happens in spirals. Sometimes it looks like you're going backward, but really, you're going deeper so you can rise stronger. Don't fight those days. Welcome them. Learn from them. Sometimes, it's in the quiet moments of exhaustion that we hear the clearest answers. You don't have to be strong all the time. You won't always feel lit up. But if you can keep going, even slowly, that's real strength. As you move forward, the people around you will notice. Your energy will shift. Your eyes will carry more depth. And without even trying, you'll start to impact others. With a gesture, with your words, with your presence. Jung believed that the most powerful healing comes from someone who's faced their own darkness. Because that person doesn't just give advice, they give presence. They show others that it's possible to make it through. There's power in that. Carl Jung believed that wholeness doesn't come from perfection, but from embracing our contradictions, the light and the dark, the joy and the pain, the strength and the fragility. When you stop trying to be only the parts of you that seem acceptable, and you begin to embrace the totality of who you are, you start to become whole. Wholeness isn't about being flawless. It's about being real. You might still carry wounds. You might still feel doubt. But those things don't disqualify you from healing or evolving. In fact, they make your growth even more authentic. They remind you of what you survived and who you're becoming because of it. This is the path of the awakened soul. It's not about pretending to be enlightened. It's about being willing to look at your own reflection and say, even here, even now, I choose to love myself. That's where transformation begins. You may not have all the answers. That's okay. The journey isn't about having certainty. It's about staying open, even when you're unsure. It's about walking with curiosity, humility, and trust. Life will meet you where you are, but only when you stop hiding who you are. There's no formula for awakening. There's only the willingness to stay present, to keep showing up, to let life shape you without letting it harden you. That tenderness you're cultivating, that vulnerability, it's not a weakness. It's your deepest strength, because a tender heart can hold great power. You'll start to notice it in the way people respond to your energy, in the synchronicities that show up, in the ease that begins to flow when you let go of trying to control everything. Your job isn't to force the unfolding. It's to allow it. Let life unfold. Let yourself unfold. There will still be storms, but now you'll weather them differently. You'll know that pain isn't your enemy. It's your teacher. That endings aren't failures. They're transitions. And that love, true love, starts with how you show up for yourself. Speak to yourself like someone you love. Encourage yourself like someone you believe in. Forgive yourself like someone you're ready to set free. Because you deserve that kind of compassion. And the more you give it to yourself, the more it overflows into everything and everyone around you. This is a quiet revolution of consciousness, of healing of soul. And it starts with you, with one choice, with one breath, with one act of courage. So if today feels heavy, let it be heavy. But don't let it be the end. Let it be the pause. Let it be the reset. Let it be the moment where you whisper, even now, I choose to keep going. And when you wake up tomorrow, maybe everything won't be fixed, but you have shown up again. And that act, repeated over time, becomes a new way of living. A life that's not just about surviving, but about truly being alive. Jung reminds us, the privilege of a lifetime is to become who you truly are. So become. Keep becoming. Even if it's slow. Even if it's quiet. Even if no one sees it. But you. That's enough. Your healing matters. Your awakening matters, not just for you, but for the world. Because awakened people awaken people, and healed people heal people. Every bit of light you claim within yourself becomes a beacon for others. You don't need to have it all figured out. You just need to stay faithful to your path. Keep learning. Keep asking questions. Keep softening. Even when the world tries to make you hard. Be the kind of person who brings presence into every room, whose silence speaks as loudly as their words, whose being reminds others that peace is possible. And whenever you forget who you are, come back to this. You are not broken. You are becoming. You are not lost. You are realigning. You are not behind. You are blooming in your own time. So honor your rhythm. Honor your timing. Honor the wisdom that lives in your breath, your tears, your stillness. You don't have to prove your worth. You don't have to rush your journey. You don't have to carry everything alone. You are allowed to rest. You're allowed to ask for help. You are allowed to be held. This is not weakness. This is sacred. This is human. This is you learning to love yourself into wholeness. Now close your eyes, take a breath, and feel what's true. You've already begun. You've already awakened something powerful inside. And no matter how far there is to go, you're on your way. Welcome home to yourself. And if the path ahead still seems unclear, let that be your invitation. Not every step needs to be visible for you to move forward. Sometimes, just placing your trust in the next breath is enough. You may stumble. You may forget. But you will always have the power to return, to remember, to begin again. And again, your story is not finished. Your light is not dimmed. Your time is not over. In fact, it may be just beginning. Let your life be your message. Let your love be your legacy. Let your awakening be your offering to a world that desperately needs light. You don't need to shine like anyone else. Your light, exactly as it is what this world needs. So keep walking, keep softening, keep awakening. And no matter what happens, never forget, you are the miracle in motion. And if someday you forget, that's okay. Come back to this moment. Read these words again. Reconnect with this truth. Because your journey isn't about never falling. It's about always rising. Even in silence, even in doubt, you are still growing. And that growth is sacred. Keep going. You're not alone. We're all, in our own way, waking up together, creating a more conscious, human, and whole world. And your awakening is part of that bigger change. The world needs your light. And now you know it. So go forward with courage, because the world needs people who are brave enough to be light in the dark. And you are that light. You are not alone on this journey. There are thousands of people around the world who, just like you, are awakening. People who are choosing transformation, inner freedom, true healing, not as a final destination, but as a path back to themselves. If this message touched something deep within you, I invite you to share it. Let this light reach other souls who might be waiting for a sign, a spark, a reminder that they're not alone either. Together, we can spread a new kind of awareness, one where authenticity, truth, and self-love guide every step. Drop a comment below and tell me, what part spoke the loudest to your heart? Was there a moment when something shifted inside you? Your story might be the mirror someone else needs to find their own courage. Let's build a living community of conscious souls, people who've chosen to live with purpose, with courage, with soul. Everything you need to heal is already within you. The change doesn't begin out there. The change begins now. Thank you for listening. And even more than that, thank you for being willing to look within. Matters. Not